that is gonna be... should be up very soon. There we go. It is gonna be Godslike versus TOZZ Gaming, and first bans are already coming out. Elise getting banned away here by Godslike, and Annie, very potent support. We have seen her banned in the first match of the day. And let's hope that we can finally get a best of 3 going without any of the matches not being able to be streamed, because you just joined in, you don't know yet, but this evening has been riddled with technical difficulties, and
Really?
let's just hope that we can get one match going without technical difficulties. That is all that I ask for. So let's hope for it and continue to observe these picks and bans here in this game, Godslike versus TOZZ Gaming.
Ooh, Evelyn banned. Did the blue team deliberately miss their second ban? And third.
That is quite interesting. So, second ban missed here by Godslike.
Third as well, because this is the third one for the red team. Third ban.
That's true.
This is really brave of them, saying, sure, we're just gonna ban out Elise for you and let you have all that you want, while the red team just banned Annie, Evelyn, and Fizz. Pretty common bans.
Well, yeah, Evelyn, especially with the new Season 4 change, is going to be a menace in the jungle. With those pink wards always being able and the sweeping winds not really doing anything, unless you upgrade it to an Oracle's Lens, which will, of course, give you a 10-second Oracle after you activate it. But in the laning phase, before champions hit level 9 and are actually able to buy that Oracle's Lens, it will be pretty difficult for them to get that Evelyn seen. First pick coming in, Fiddlesticks here for Godslike. And Caitlyn Nami picked in response from TOZZ Gaming.
Indeed. Lucian being hovered over by Noisy Boy.
Lucian being hovered over? Oh, Lucian, yes. I understood Lucian.
Yes. And Godlike Fawn hovering over on Lucian.
Oh, now that actually happened. So you took a look into the future, now, did you?
No, just watching picks and bans. Maybe you're slightly lagging due to streaming.
Well, no. The picks and bans are, they should be synchronized for both of us. So Lucian and Lee Sin both get locked in here for Godslike. And Lucian is a very potent AD carry. We have seen him quite a lot in competitive gaming lately, especially in Korea, where he is pretty much 100% pick and ban. He has become a very popular pick lately. So
he has. He returned to popularity.
I'm not really sure why, because sure, the Season 4 changes, there haven't been any actual direct changes to him. He's just been very popular since the Koreans started playing him, and he can be very strong. The question is, why wasn't he played before more than it is why is he played now?
To be honest, not really sure. I think it just depends. I think the playstyle changed a bit, and some of the items for him got a bit better, as we have Vi and Gragas locked in for the red team and Riven locked in by the blue, and they're hovering over Sona, which would complete their team really nicely if they choose to go that way.
Yes, can you take us a little bit through the team composition out of Godslike? They do seem to be hovering over that Sona. That's obviously going to be a very potent champion with a crescendo. And on top of a Crowstorm coming out of Fiddlesticks, that's going to be very strong.
And the culling. Don't forget the culling as well. Crowstorm and the culling on top of a crescendo after the crescendo lands. That's 2 seconds of them being stunned, which means 2 seconds of the Crowstorm and the culling being used at a mass effect. While they have Riven and Lee Sin, who can easily listen with his Dragon Rage, so he can kick someone out and disposition them, while still moving in and out of the fight with his Safeguard and his Sonic Wave. While Riven and her Broken Wings and her AoE stun, as well as her just amazing ultimate, can easily jump in and out, follow Lee Sin, so they have a really good dive composition that can easily give Fiddle the chance to jump in and do his thing.
Very true, and they are going to see what TOZZ Gaming are Gonna pick in response to that, as Gragas has been locked in, as you have said, and the explosive cask is certainly gonna do its part in getting those the fiddlesticks mainly when he goes in with the crow storm. Looks like there's gonna be a middle sticks here potentially. Yeah, it's gonna be a middle sticks, as it looks like the champions do get switched around. Lee Sin is gonna be in the jungle, and the last pick for TOZZ Gaming is gonna be Renekton.
Yes, Renekton on top versus Riven, and I've heard some very scary things. I actually fought against a Riven as an Aatrox, and before preseason changes, I obliterated her. I could duel with her and deal with her and get ahead of her damage and everything and just sustain better. Now she just massacred me on top, butchered me. So it's gonna be a very dead even fight on top. Slightly in favor of Riven. Unless I'm mistaken and Heltos pulls a miracle out of this crocodile.
Well, we'll see. I think it's mainly a skill matchup, because both of these champions are very skill-based, very mobile with the slice and dice, and of course the broken wings out of Riven. There's going to be a lot of dancing around in that top lane. TOZZ Gaming's team composition has also been completed. What are we looking at in terms of mid and early game here? What will these teams be looking for?
We'll see. We'll see. Bottom will definitely be one of his hotspots to come and gank. While at the same time, he will be probably going top if Riven needs his help to just get a bit of a head over Renekton.
Well, yes, but if we look at the complete team composition coming out of TOZZ Gaming, what will be their main objectives in terms of mid-game and early game pressure? What will they have to watch out for in terms of going up against Godslike's team composition, which has a very, very strong AoE initiation?
Well, Vi is going to dive in with her Assault and Battery right on Lucian, or get rid of Fiddle as fast as possible because of his fears and silences. She will be followed up by Renekton with his Dominus. It will all rely mostly on Nami's Aqua Prisons as well as Explosive Casks from Gragas to displace the enemy team, try to make them as ineffective in their AoE composition as possible, while still keeping Caitlyn as safe due to her long range as well as her ace in the hole. So they're trying to, I'm guessing, and from the way their team is built, they could probably going for just general map control and map objectives like the Dragon and Baron and turrets, while trying to pick up fights when they can, when they feel safe to do it, or trying to pick the blue team one by one and catching them off guard.
Certainly it's going to be a nice thing if they manage to catch people off, because they do have that potential with the Assault and Battery coming out of Vi. Then, of course, the Explosive Cask. And if Nami lands a good Aqua Prison in, I mean, the Aqua Prison can stun multiple people. And I think the Explosive Cask will be really key in team fights in terms of getting that really strong initiation away. If the Fiddlesticks Crow storms in, I think Gragas could use his Explosive Cask to get him out. Especially, he is a support, but throughout Season 4, supports gain much more gold than they used to. We're gonna see how all this pans out. I'm very excited to see this game, and
yeah, me too. Love the team compositions from both teams. Definitely wanting to see how well the blue team's AoE composition can work against even. I want to see if they can pull it off, because it's a very hard thing to pull off a perfect AoE one on top of the other abilities, especially since two of them are, or all three of them are ultimates. I almost forgot that the Culling was an ultimate.
well, it is an ultimate. It's just basically the Bullet Storm So I've actually played a one-for-all Lucian versus Misfortune lately, and while it was not the most fun of games, it became pretty crazy when everyone was throwing out their endless stream of bullet ultimate. But of course, Misfortune has the distinct advantage over Lucian's the culling that her bullet time actually goes through units and deals damage, while Lucian's just hits the target it first hits and does not actually go through the champions. As it stands, we are in the loading screen, and out of Misfortune, we do have a Lucian versus Caitlyn matchup in the bottom lane, and what could we expect to see right there?
It will depend on how well Lucian can move around, because he has that dash that is similar to Graves' dash, Graves' quick draw, so he can easily move around the map or the bottom side of the map, and he has that slight advantage of better mobility. His Q and W are really nice as well, because he's a really well-rounded champion, just not played as much. Hopefully we'll see an uprise of him with the preseason changes, while Caitlyn, she's my favorite. She has that long range. She's more of a static, I'm gonna stand still and shoot you type of a carry that just builds either pure AD or stacks up attack speed and then goes AD. So she can shoot faster while dealing tons of damage, and her range will be what saves her in this matchup, as well as Nami's Aqua Prisons. I think it will come down to the supports and how well they can prepare the AD carries to pick up the kill or help them farm up with that runic shield of theirs.
Well, Runic Shield has taken a hit, so still very strong item to get some gold into the support's pocket, but we'll see what they will start off here. But as we approach the actual game, as the loading indicators hit 100%, and as we actually start the game on the Rift, what do we expect in terms of level 1? Because before we get into early and mid-game, there's still that crucial early phase of the game where lots of things can happen that affect the game's outcome.
Indeed, quite a lot of things. That's why I guess we all love League of Legends as much, because not every game is the same and we can't always predict what's going to happen. However, me being me and me loving predictions, I'm going to say that the red team is going to go and invade the enemy red buff.
Oh, bold prediction. We'll see if it turns out to be true. I am.
It's been a while since I predicted, so I went man mode.
We will see. We do see members of TOZZ Gaming, especially at Renekton, moving on to his top lane, potentially covering up his own red buff, and the rest of the team take positions along the river, going a little bit deep into that brush right there, while Godslike actually move around as a full cluster of 5. They have now met right across that river area, and I'm not sure if Snowy Locks actually knows what's going on. If she didn't so far, she knows now. Sonic Wave coming out here out of that Lee Sin. And they're still standing strong out there. We may see them go for something, but
yeah,
I do doubt it. It does not look like they'll be going any aggressive anytime soon. Of course,
No,
I can be proven wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. Not with the full team there, or without their full team, TOZZ Gaming won't do much, but even if they just push someone out of the laning phase for just a tiny bit, it's still worth it. Unless they really go for that red buff.
Well, they won't. They'll just back away. So, prediction incorrect, but that's what happens. You can't always predict everything.
Can't win them all.
Yep, that's true. Can't win them all. You win some, you lose some, then you lose some more.
Indeed.
So, fairly standard starts. We do see Snowy Locks on that Vi, starting things off with her blue buff, while Lee Sin decides to get a pull from his bottom lane. But actually, in Season 4, which is something not many people have actually understood so far, it is more favorable to not go for a smiteless leash. It is more favorable to actually smite away that first buff, because that does two things. First of all, smite is on a lower cooldown now. Second, you will not receive level 3 from doing 2 buff camps. This means that by the time you do one of the small camps to actually hit level 3 after doing your second buff camp, your smite will be back up, and you can use it to smite away the second buff. And we do actually see Roran potentially looking for a red buff here. There is a ward in that brush. She does use the Sonic Whip, but here comes Snowy Locks, and she knows exactly what's going on as the red buff walks away, but she's all alone right there. They just pull it around the corner, and there she goes in, tries to smite it away. Will he be able to catch onto her? The Sonic Wave does land. There comes the Resonating Strike. Snowy Locks going very, very low. Will have to flash over the wall, but the Ignite is down. Will it be enough for the first blood? There comes Noisy Boy, throws an auto attack. First blood goes over to Godlike, but here comes YOLO Ray. He's getting drained, and Roran now throwing out a Sonic Wave. It's going to be another kill going over to Godslike as Riven takes down both Gragas and Helltoss. Double kill for Riven. A very, very strong early start here for Godslike as they pick up 3 kills. And, well, they did not manage to steal away the red buff, but in the end, it did go over to,
They did steal it. Lucian did steal it.
Yeah, that's true.
She didn't have the red buff, she only had the blue buff.
So she actually managed to outsmite him, and then Riven got a double kill. And with Riven being the menace that we know her to be, an early double kill will mean a lot for her laning phase and her overall impact on the game.
She's already up ahead in CS. She has that 2 kills advantage. She's sitting on 1,000 gold already. She can go back, if she can get 337 more gold, she can go back and be beaten by the Brutalizer, which will just skyrocket her damage, and she'll just make crocodile boots out of Renekton all game long.
Oh yeah, 2 early kills like that, and Helltoss is in a little bit of a disadvantage, especially since he died, so he missed out on many CS. As you have said, CS lead is early on that Riven, and generally, after 4 minutes of the game, we do see a 1.4 thousand gold lead already, as we do see Godlike Fawn going aggressive there, but they quickly move away as the brush was warded. They did see that Lee Sin was coming in, so they quickly backed away. And Godlike Fawn having the health disadvantage down here in this bottom lane.
Yes. They're being pushed back by the Nami and Caitlyn combo at the moment. And Lucian is actually starting to lag behind in CS. He needs to slightly up his game if he wants to contest Caitlyn, and I'm surprised that he picked up the Relic Shield as
well. Top lane we do see Chain HL going aggressive onto Helltoss, taking him down to less than half health from just one well-placed skill rotation with those Runic Blade charges used in between. And here she goes again, uses the stun. Helltoss in a lot of trouble, will go down here, has to burn the flash. Will Chain go after him? No, she will not. He uses the slice to get away from her, but he has to leave lane. And he can't really afford that.
Top.
Yeah, that's true. Vi is coming top as well, but we'll just do the golems. So Helltoss does decide to stick around. This could be potentially very dangerous for him. We'll keep an eye on that lane a little bit.
Yeah. She can easily turret dive him now. Maybe she's just Riven's waiting for level 6. Yeah, she's about to hit it as well. Here comes Vi.
No, Vi is waiting in the tri-brush. Now moving on towards that top lane through the river. The ward was there, but Chain HL can just get away with the broken wings. So nice way of actually, that's a nice prediction. He sticked around for a little bit, even though he saw Vi go through the river.
He got level 6, and if he can duel Renekton again, he'll be able to pick up the kill with that Blade of the Exile. Once it's activated, while the Dominus is still not there, as Gragas takes a plunge.
Yeah, that's true. Fiddlesticks taking down Gragas. We did actually not see that. Thank you very much, Mr. Directed Camera. So, that's another kill going over to Godslike. Of course, we have talked a lot about Riven picking up 2 kills in the top lane, but the first blood actually went over to Fiddlesticks, and now he picked up his second kill. And, the first blood basically allowed him, along with those 2 assists that he had, he has already picked up his blasting wand, and this early in the game, that's quite a bit of magic damage against this Gragas, who is only sitting on the Chalice and the Doran's Ring, and now getting caught out here by YOLO Ray, and Roran has to burn the flash to get away, but loses half of his health. And now Snowylock's coming in, potentially looking for something. Not sure if that's the best idea. But here come Caitlyn and Nami. They may be looking for something. The Aqua Prison does come out, but it does not hit anyone. So they just move back to lane. Where
Godlike a lot of wards.
Yeah, where Godlike, Warif, and Fawn are already waiting. Yeah.
Yeah. Chain still in that lane, hasn't gone back yet, sitting on a very substantial amount of gold and is around 50% health. So he is really trying to keep up with the farm, getting that 30 CS difference.
Well,
lead
yeah.
over Renekton.
Oh yes, the lead is certainly quite substantial at this point, and it's not going to be shrinking as long as Chain stays in lane. Both of the laners have stayed in lane so far after they met, and Shane HL actually a little bit lower than Heltas right here. The Doran's shield gonna keep a little bit of damage away from Tane HL, but the one time he went aggressive onto him, she was basically able to take him almost down. He had to burn his flash to get away, and it is not available anymore. So he's gonna have to watch out. But we do see Snowylocks making away. No, actually not. Just walking off the jungle.
Just warding, trying to see if she can catch out Lee while he's moving around his jungle and trying to invade hers, as the red buff is just respawned.
Oh, the middle lane Crow Storm is used against Leolo Ray. He is feared, he is drained, he is crowed. He is dead. That's going to be the third kill here for Fiddlesticks. Oh god, and on the top lane, Chain HL actually going aggressive there onto Heltas, but taking a lot of damage in return. Heltas still able to keep up with the Riven quite nicely, as a nice Aqua Prison on the bottom lane with a nice follow-up coming out of Mr. Lane manages to take Godlike Fawn down to half health. They do continue to have the advantage down this bottom lane.
They do. Lucian is finally catching up to the CS of Caitlyn, but he's not quite there yet. She did go back, pick up a lot of sustain items, like 2 Doran's Blades and a Vampiric Scepter.
Oh no, he may be in a little bit of trouble here in the middle as he nicely flashes the explosive cask. And he's gonna get away from that.
Yeah, that is a short cooldown, but it really wasn't worth the flash, as Fiddlesticks can easily just jump back in with his Crow Storm, Fear, Silence, Drain, and
well, yeah, but he did use his Crow Storm beforehand to take down the Gragas. As on the top lane, we do see Rowan going a nice flash into Dragon's Rage. Very well done. Kicks Heltas right back. Chain HL is on a killing spree. Picks up the kill. 3-0-0. And the CS lead is just going to grow from this point.
It is. It's 10 and a half minutes into the game. 6-0 in favor of the blue team and 3,000 gold difference. So it's a really not that huge of a difference in gold when you look at it, but when we look at the CS, middle is finally closing in on that CS. Riven just finished her Bloodthirster, so she right off the bat returned and bought the Bloodthirster, and she is 30 CS in the lead with 3-0-0. She picked up a ward as well. Lucian just picked up a big friendly sword as the red team picks up their first objective, and that was the dragon, which will help them immensely.
Yeah, that's very true. We do actually see Ron getting a little bit caught out here. The Heltas on the top lane still going aggressive with Slice and Dice, gonna stun him. But that was not gonna turn into a kill anytime soon, as the damage is just not enough to take down this Lee Sin just yet. He's sitting on 2 deaths. He has actually been able to catch up a little bit in terms of farm. But, well, as you have said, Riven just returned to the lane with the Bloodthirster, and that's going to be a lot of damage. Riven having
while
that
Heltas is rushing or trying to rush Sunfire Cape, which is good, but he also needs some sustain and some damage to also...
Oh, Snowylocks using the Assault and Battery in the bottom lane onto Godlike, where if he gets stunned by an Aqua Prison, will go down here, or will they? He manages to get off the crescendo beforehand, but in the end he does go down. There comes Godlike Fawn trying to deal as much damage as possible. He's just getting poked down under his turret from Mr. Lane's superior range. They manage to pick up a kill in the bottom lane. And in the top lane, Heltas going aggressive here onto Chain HL, or is it the other way around? Because he should not have done that. Chain HL with that Bloodthirster, the damage is insanely high.
It is. Heltos really is in trouble, and Riven just knows how to play her champion, or his champion. He's moving around, he's doing what he does best, using broken
Oh,
main.
look at that! What was that? The ace in the hole will be enough to take him down. He used the unrelenting pursuit into the wrong direction. He was trying to dash away, but instead he dashed towards the Caitlyn, and that allowed her to use the ace
I
in the hole.
think he
to pick
just
him up.
wanted to find a friend. I think he mistakenly thought that he was an Amumu instead of a Lucian.
Oh. That may very well be the case, as Crowstorm is charged on the middle lane, Noisy Boy coming in, and here comes Coronas, and takes down the Gragas, along with his middle laner, Middlesticks. So, they're going to take down the first turret of the game. It's going to be a nice lead for Godslike. They're now...
It's a fiddle in the middle. When you have a fiddle in the middle, things will go horribly wrong.
Well, that's true. Look at that, Snowlock's just getting feared. Look at that drain, the damage is so high, but Snowlock's actually turning this around, dealing a lot of damage back onto him, so he has to back away from this one. As we do see, Roran is trying to take away the blue buff, and he did actually manage to get it. Mr. Lane and Too Hard For You are a little bit too
Well,
late.
Snowlocks can deal with the death.
Snowlock's in the middle lane, maybe in a little trouble. A Sonic Wave does come out, but it does not hit. So they do back away, as YOLO Ray is also back in his lane.
Yeah. Well, Snowlocks can deal with the Fiddlesticks damage because he doesn't have that much magic penetration, which will change now when he gets back and buys a Rabadon and probably something else, because he was sitting, here we go, Sorcerer Shoes right off the bat.
No, that's very true. And looking at the top lane right now, now that Riven has picked up her Bloodthirster, and with Renekton not really being able to respond to that with any item of himself, he has picked up the giant
Components
spell.
for the Sunfire Cape, yes.
He's going to pick up his Sunfire Cape very soon, but as long as he does not have that available, Riven's going to deal a lot of damage to him. He has been successful so far in preventing to die, because that really does not need to happen any more than it already has. As on the bottom lane, Lorev is in trouble as an Aqua Prison lands, and again the Assault and Battery is used. He is again getting dove, and again they get the kill. And now, we'll see if Lucian presents himself on the silver platter again like he did before.
Worf actually used Ignite on Vi, thinking that Lucian will pick up the kill, making it a 1-for-1 and worth it, but it was just a waste of a good summoner spell, as they're going to take that bottom turret while Chain and Rono take the top turret, making it 2-1 in turrets. 15.5 minutes into the game, 7-3 kills, and still 3,000 gold difference.
They're at the 3,000 gold difference, but that's mainly due to the kills, because the bottom lane is really much the only lane that is winning here for TOZZ Gaming. They're getting outplayed on both the middle and the top lanes pretty harshly. There's a 3-0-0 Riven on top. There's a 4-0-2 Fiddlesticks in the middle, and I fear that these snowballs may just keep on rolling. If they don't use the advantage that they gain in the bottom lane to try and take down the advantages that the other team gained in the top and middle lanes, they're not going to get very far, as the Crowstorm is used by Noisy Boy. He has to actually use the flash to make any use of it.
Yeah,
to going out to YOLO Ray.
Very nice.
But YOLO Ray's not going to. That's true.
To just push Chain and Phil out of the way and survive. He, in all honesty, did not need that 5th death, which he avoided expertly as he picked up Athene's Unholy Grail.
Oh no, they're Aqua Prison landing here onto Godlike Waref. And Caitlyn's gonna come in and deal some damage, going very, very low. Look at that. Less than half health, a pulled over Peacemaker, almost taking her down. Will Mr. Lane use his flash to get in? No, he uses the ace in the hole, but there's the tidal wave, and there's no turret there anymore. This may be a double kill for Mr. Lane. He picks up 1, she picks up 2. Oh no, actually the support picks one up. Out here comes Roronas looking for a kill. And also, Fiddlesticks from the middle lane coming in, draining Too Hard For You. Look at that damage. Mr. Lane in the meanwhile going down, shutdown going over to Lee Sin. They're now onto Nami, who's going very, very low. But Noisy Boy getting taken down very low by Snowy Lock. It's a double kill so far for Lee Sin. There's the Assault and Battery. He's trying to take down Fiddlesticks. Will he be able to? Just one more auto attack. There's the drain. He manages to drain through it. Triple kill for Lee Sin.
Oh man, intense, really intense. Noisy Boy surviving on no health whatsoever, thanks due to those fierce safeguards and just his life drain abilities. Now he picks up Mikhail's Crucible, so that will help Caitlyn quite a lot. And Ravenous Hydra picked up by Lee Sin, and you know when a jungle Lee Sin picks up a Ravenous Hydra,
Oh,
how
actually,
far ahead his team
the
is.
explosive cask used in the mid lane to, I don't know, do something? I have no idea. He could have just body slammed out. I don't think there was any need for an explosive cask right there, but
Misclicked maybe?
yeah, that could very well be. I mean, if it was a misclick, he would have body slammed into the wrong direction. So I do think it was intentional. Well, it's just one of those many unsolved mysteries of the world.
Of League of Legends, yes. As the dragon is back up and the red team is itching around it, just looking for a way, warding and preparing it for their team.
And Roronos might actually look at that. The Sonic Wave does come out just as TOZZ killed that second golem up there, so they would have almost met. And TOZZ was already pretty low. We have seen Lee Sin pick up the triple kill in the bottom lane. He has now picked up his Ravenous Hydra and a pickaxe to spare, so his damage will be quite considerable. And we do see Godslike picking up the third turret of the game.
Indeed, and they're just pushing for that top inhibitor. Vi coming from the side, from the jungle area, as TOZZ is coming from the base.
Very true. We do see a little bit of a quarrel in up there in that top lane. And oh, look at that! He dashes straight into the Aqua Prison. The Crescendo forced out of Weref to stun. He sticks around for a little bit too long. Lots of damage coming down onto him. 90 calorie net, along with a pilled over Peacemaker, is used to deal some damage and get out simultaneously. In the mid lane, we do see Lee Sin going aggressive here onto Snowy Logs, but Yolo Ray is there as well. There's on the barrel. Oh, look at that! He nicely jukes the barrel. Dragon's Rage as Yolo Ray away, now jumps straight back onto him with the safeguard to a nearby minion, but he's getting taken down quite low. There's the Crow Storm coming out of Noisy Boy. TOZZ in the middle of it. He's getting drained. He will go down. Noisy Boy is unstoppable, has picked up his 5th kill. In the meanwhile, in the bottom side jungle, the tidal wave was used, and here's the flash out of Chain HL. He manages to pick up the kill right there. No, actually Lucian gets it. But it's still a kill. In the middle lane, we did see another...
Noisy Boy picked up a double kill.
Yeah.
He killed Snowy Logs, who's on low health already.
What of a duel between Mr. Lane and Godlike. There's the culling. Oh, the 90 caliber throws against the wall. Lucian will be able to pick up Mr. Lane here. Does get under his turret. Will he be able to get the kill? Ardent Blaze does come out, but it's not quite enough. So, very, very close right there.
Really close. Really well played by Caitlyn, not just knowing how far she needs to move within her turret to be able to survive. Because if she sticked around closer enough, Fawn would have taken one more turret hit, picked up the kill, but died himself as Renekton was teleporting on it.
Yep. He should prevent that one. And so far, we do see Godslike having a little bit of an advantage here. Of course, down in that bottom lane, the only lane that really won for them. As for, no, actually for TOZZ Gaming, the bottom lane is the only lane that really won for Godslike. It, as we have already mentioned, was the top and the middle lane. And that Fiddlestick's looking very, very scary. He is building his Zhonya's Hourglass right now. He has already picked up that Rabadon's Death Cap and the Sorcerer's Shoe. So his damage will just become much, much stronger the more items that he gets. And as soon as he has that Zhonya's, they can't even touch him while he's Crow Storming in.
Yes, indeed. So, gold differentials. To be honest, I'm surprised that on top, it's only 7,400 on Riven versus 6,000 gold on Renekton. Only 1,400 gold difference. 2,000 gold difference in the jungles. 2,000 gold in the middle lane in favor of Fiddlesticks. And 1,000 gold difference in favor of Caitlyn, even though Lucian is actually melting that down and closing in on those 7,000 gold, overall gold. And 1,000 gold difference on the supports. So overall, it's not that horrible. Yes, the blue team is in the lead. They do have those 13.
Oh, the Crow Storm getting used by Noisy Boy in the middle lane. YOLO Ray is feared in the middle of it. There's the explosive cast pushing him away. He's actually going to go down here as the Renekton picks up a double kill. There's the Assault and Battery coming out right here onto Chain HL. Manages to get away. There's the flash from Helltoss in. Oh, look at that. Why managed to get the shutdown before the Ace in the Hole has a chance to go through.
And they're
That's gonna
pinging
be a
for
nice
that
recap.
push, for that inner middle turret. So they'll just go in and do that. Unfortunately, Renekton cannot tank it, and here comes Sona and Lucian, so they can easily try to stop them. They both have the Calling and the Crescendo available, so two powerful AoE ultimates.
Yes, indeed. I'm gonna see if they go for Dragon now, because TOZZ Gaming is certainly making a move. Snowy Locks actually having been busy taking it down, so no real help needed from the rest of the team. So that's gonna be another Dragon for TOZZ Gaming. They have picked up the first one as well. And,
Yes, this is their second Dragon of the game, and Static Shift picked up by Caitlyn and Face of the Mountain by Nami. So this is one of those new items.
Oh yeah, it is. It is the upgrade for the Relic Shield.
Yes.
And let's kind of get that passive over, giving him a little bit more gold over to friendly teammates, but that's not really the point. It is also a nice item to get some tanky stats on the support for cheap money. And we do see, actually, I'm getting caught out here by Roronos, who dives straight onto her. Has to burn the flash, but he will still go down as he nicely dodges the Aqua Prison, then Sonic Wave and Resonating Strikes back, and YOLO Ray gonna be his next target. Nice flash behind him along with the Dragon's Rage. He tries to body slam back into his turret. He does not go down.
Oh, that YOLO
Very, very
Ray
close, though.
surviving on no health.
Very, very close though.
If Phil was near enough, he would have picked up a kill by just throwing
Oh,
his
the crescendo onto Mr. Lane in the bottom lane. They do still go aggressive onto him, and Fun will be able to pick him up with his passive double shot proc. That's a nice pickup on the bottom lane. Chain HL
really
and
is.
Roronos are making their way onto that middle inner turret. Are going to take it down. It's 4 turrets to 2 now.
Fawn picked up
Scratch
that
that,
bottom
5
turret,
turrets to 2. Yes.
and the fight breaks out in the middle.
Yeah, it does. There's a Crow Storm, and Chain HL immediately jumps in. Look at that! Health bars are basically exploding here for TOZZ Gaming, and Helltoss actually manages to take down the Lee Sin. They're still onto him, Chain HL and Noisy Boy both, but he manages to slice and dice away. But look at that, too hard for
One
you
for
and
one,
Snowy
not a
Locks.
bad trade-off. Mid laner for the jungler, a fed jungler, at that as he picks up Spirit of the Ancient Golem.
Oh, we do see Chain HL actually having to burn his flash to get away from Mr. Lane. But while all this has been happening, both Sona and Lucian were busy in the bottom lane, taking down even more turrets as Chain HL goes aggressive onto Mr. Lane. But look at that range. He's just going to keep auto-attacking them. Helltoss moving in with the slice and dice. They are actually looking to go for this kill. Will he be able to pick it up? Noisy Boy still sticking around. A little bit of
He
risk
can
play.
easily heal if Riven can stun
Oh,
them.
and there's Lucian coming in from the side. Snowy Locks immediately jumping in. Chain HL back right there. Helltoss has to get away from there. There's the ace in the hole attempted. It does land onto Godlike Warf. There's Snowy Locks using the Vault Breaker to get in. The Aquabism speeds him up a little bit there. Now onto Roronos. There's the culling coming out of Fran, doing a decent amount of damage. Now YOLO Ray and Chain HL, a little bit of a quarrel, but Fawn manages to take him down. He's now in the middle of Godslike. Will not be able to take down Chain HL. Snowy Locks goes down as well. And now Mr. Lane actually managed to pick up the kill on Lee Sin. This is a very even fight so far. 2 for 1 they trade. And they're still onto Mr. Lane here with Chain HL. Godlike Fawn also joining in, dealing as much damage as he can. Helltoss, meanwhile, managed to take down Sona. There's the Relenting Pursuit. It was a Relenting Pursuit indeed, as he managed to pick up the kill. They trade 3 for 2 in this very extended middle lane fight.
Lucian doesn't want cupcakes from Caitlyn.
Oh, too bad. Poor Caitlyn.
Well, he's not a Yordle, so he's not interested in cupcakes.
That's true, though. That's true.
Only
Cupcakes are
Yordles jump on cupcakes.
Yeah. Only the cupcakes from the Yordles taste the best. They taste so alive.
Indeed. With a kick.
Yes, that's certain kick.
Yes, Fawn almost dying to a red buff in his own jungle. Thankfully, he has that Bloodthirster, and he's working towards Trinity Force. Noisy Boy playing with
Next time
Baron.
that happens, I'm gonna cast it. Oh, Fawn
Okay.
going aggressive on the red buff. Red buff dealing constant auto attack damage onto him. He's very, very low. Will he be able to take him down before he goes down? Yes, he does. Red buff goes over to Fawn.
That would be brilliant if you have done it on time.
And now here's actually something to actually really cast, as we do see Godslike going for the Baron right here. Not sure if it's... They're doing it based on Noisy Boy's just standing there draining it all day while also tanking it. They're gonna take this down without much trouble.
He can do it. He's Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks can do that because of his life drain and the items he has. Rabadon's, Zonya's Hourglass,
Yeah.
Homeguard's Sorcerer Shoes,
They
and
do
Baron
pick
picked up.
They do pick up the Baron. And now
It's
they're
a
gonna
very
want to
early
start
Baron
a
as
push.
well.
At 28 minutes. We had an even earlier Baron in one of the past games. We did see it go down at approximately 17 minutes, so that was a very, very early Baron.
That
So-
was 2 Blades of the Ruined King.
I'm actually not sure what went on right there, but we'll see. No, it was not actually 2 Blades of the Ruined Kings. It was just, they did go very, very low while doing that. But the enemy team had no idea that it was happening. So they were able to pick it up and then back and then buy and then go push. And which is exactly what Godslike are currently doing. They have the Baron. They did not go back and buy, but they're still pushing. And they are pushing quite unsuccessfully so far, as TOZZ Gaming's wave clear is pretty strong. Just keeps away, but here's the Crow Storm out of Noisy Boy. He flashes straight into the enemy team. There's the Zonia dealing a lot of damage with this Crow Storm right there. And as soon as it wears off, there's the Assault and Battery coming out of Snowy Locks. He immediately backs away though. Crescendo coming out, stunning too. Shayna HAL going in very, very deep. But he may have gone deep a little bit too far, as they're constantly dealing damage back onto him. And in the meanwhile, the rest of Godslike have been at work, trying to take down this inhibitor turret. Shayna HL actually managing to take down Mr. Lane. That's the inhibitor turret. It's going to be the inhibitor as well. They are going to continue this push quite possibly, and look for some Nexus turrets here, as most of the members out of TOZZ Gaming are pretty low, but they have now recalled. Homeguard's boots have been purchased. They're still baroned up though, and they are in the majority in this fight. So if they get one good catch, this could mean the game right here and right now.
They have enough sustain to heal themselves up so they can continue to push. Caitlyn's 10 seconds away from respawning, so they're just going to back away, put down a ward, and go back and buy. Or try to pull back and force.
Oh, look at that. Rose actually going in, flashing, using the Dragon's Rage. Gragas does go down. There's Snowy Locks trying to get in, but he's now surrounded by 5 Godslike's members. It's a double kill for Lucian. Will he be able to pick up the triple? No, Change and Shell picks up that one with the Wind Slash. There's the triple kill. And Mr. Lane will go down to double kill for Riven. It's an ace, a clean ace in favor of Godslike. They will be able to pick up the Nexus turrets and the Nexus here after 30 minutes. And approximately 35 seconds, a kill lead of 26 to 12, and a nice gold lead of 14,000. GG, well played. Game 1 goes over to Godslike.
And the enemy team actually congratulates them with a double explosion nexus.
Yes, that's a very nice double explosion. Boom, boom, boom. Well, that was a triple explosion. It's not that much overkill.
Which